What's up everybody, it's Messiah. Today I'd like to review one of the sushi restaurants in Vietnam. Well, I went on a solo trip in Vietnam last week and met up with my friend Ryosuke from Japan, and we decided to go to the sushi restaurant over there. But what qualifies to make this video though? Well, I'm from Japan and grew up in Japan, and my father owns a sushi restaurant, and I've been a son of Sushi Chef in Tokyo since basically I was in my mom's uterus, you know. They always gave me like fresh caught fish all the time, and so I feel like I have developed sense of taste when it comes to fish. We used to have like 2 cats when I was little, and they even got like fresh fish all the time, and they got more excited than us like when it's mealtime for them, and we'd be like, that might be too fresh for you guys, but as long as you guys enjoy. But before we get into my review of Vietnamese sushi, I just want to share this funny story with you guys. So as you might know, like one of the common styles of sushi restaurant called like conveyor belt sushi, or like sushi go around and stuff like that, whatever you call it, like sushi on a conveyor belt is like rotating in front of the customers. That kind of sushi restaurant has become very popular in Japan in 1970s and revolutionized the sushi industry in Japan. And I think that the idea of this style is very creative and enticing, and more importantly, it's so cheap, you know. However, my father personally doesn't like it, not because like they're his competitors. It is because like the sushi on the conveyor belt is not necessarily fresh in general, right? So there's no way for him to go to that kind of sushi restaurant. However, when I was 13 or something, like I went shopping with my family, and we were looking for the restaurant that we can have a lunch in that shopping mall, right? And only once my dad like went like, let's go to conveyor belt sushi restaurant, shall we? And I was like, are you for real? You're the one who always avoid going that kind of sushi restaurant, right? But we actually did it, and I was so curious what he's gonna order, because whatever he orders, I knew he was just gonna complain about everything he was gonna eat anyway. But it turns out like he was just enjoying his meal with a big smile on his face. And I was like, wow, okay. But when I look down, when I look at the table, and they're only like fried eggs and pudding in his table, and I was like, are you fucking serious? That I feel like I was betrayed or something, because I was expecting him to eat fish and say something, right? Apparently, like his friend at the fish market like told him like they're delicious pudding in that restaurant we went, and I was like, how dare you? You knew that we don't necessarily enjoy that sushi restaurant either, right? But it was kind of funny. But anyway, I took the video inside a sushi restaurant in Vietnam, and I put all the footage together. So let's watch together, and I'm gonna explain things and review and stuff like from my point of view. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so we went to a sushi restaurant called Sushi 24. It's got 4.5 stars on Google and more than 200 reviews. So I was pretty sure it's a nice restaurant, and I was curious about the meaning behind the name of the restaurant, because it says like Sushi 24, although it's not 24/7. It opens like 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. And I asked one of the employees, but I couldn't get it because of the language barriers. But right after get inside the restaurant, my hunger started kicking in. It smelled really good, and my expectation got higher. It smells like a legit sushi restaurant in Japan. I look forward to it. I'm super excited. I opened the menu, and I was amazed that they've got a variety of dishes. And it has lunch set as well. And this is nigiri sushi, which is hand-rolled sushi in English. They're about like $2 to $5 or $6 per 2 pieces. Pretty much all the prices of the hand-rolled sushi are quite equivalent to the ones in the conveyor belt sushi restaurant in Japan. And considering the fact that the average wage per month in Vietnam is 6.2 million Vietnamese dong, which is about $250 US, this restaurant is targeting tourists and foreign residents for sure. Alright, so can I get the boiled green soybeans, grilled corn, and the teriyaki sauce, please? Yeah, this one. I was just wondering, like, what kind of fish on the restaurant? Well, I asked what kind of fish they have on the bowl, but didn't answer my question. I should have been able to speak Vietnamese, but I figured it out when I ate it anyway. But my dad always told me to order Congo eels and at least 1 sliced fish in season when you go to this sushi restaurant, and want to equally evaluate the level and quality of that sushi restaurant. Because, you know, when it comes to Congo eels, the way of like preparing and making sweet sauce and stuff like that are so different depending depending on the sushi restaurant. So I think the Congo eels is the one that manifests the uniqueness and like magnificence of that sushi restaurant. And you also want to try any fish in the best season. So just ask the sushi chef what fish is the best season right now, and just rely on them. It's just tips from my dad though.
頼んだっけ？誰？お前頼んだ？俺が頼んだ。Thank you.
Thank you. Well, let me just pause here. The first things I was shocked about was the number of employees. It was obviously too many considering the size of the restaurant. Depending on how many people per party though, probably like less 10 parties can fit at once at maximum, I guess. As far as I was concerned, there were at least like 7 people working at front, and I'm pretty sure there are a couple of people like working in the kitchen as well. And when we visited, and there are only 6 customers including us, so 7 people and more are definitely obviously too many. Well, some employees have nothing to do and start chit-chatting and dancing. I'm not a complaint about it, but it was kind of fun to see them because I've got a huge culture shock, and that wouldn't be accepted in Japan, right? But at the same time, like it was like heartwarming for me, because some people like say like customer service in Japan is spectacular, or like the best of best and stuff like that. I wouldn't disagree with that, but at the same time, like they would just go too perfect and strictly follow the rules and manuals and guidelines and stuff like that, so much so that they will lack a human touch, you know what I mean? Especially like in circumstance where a lot of simple tasks have been like replaced by robots and technology and stuff. At the end of the day, like I believe that what we require as human is something that only human can do, I believe. So I'm sorry I got off the track, but I just wanted to tell you guys. But anyway, like all the employees there were just so sweet and kind, and I was made to feel at home right away. So I really loved the atmosphere. Well, first of all, we don't usually use a spoon for miso soup, but totally makes sense, because it's liquid, so why not? And it was quite light taste, and the miso is good. Each ingredient is very nice, and overall, it was really good. This edamame is really good. I'm not gonna lie.
そんな変わる？
全然違う。居酒屋のと全然違うじゃん。
もう分かんない。
枝豆。
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And next is steamed egg. I think it's a perfect fondness, and there's a shiitake, it's a mushrooms on it. I'm just curious what's in inside. Well, if you can add a bit of extract of dried bonito to eggs, that could be way better. All the tastes will go well together for sure. And
味薄が好きなのかな。
味薄い、ああ、そっか。
ちゃうんでしょう。
じゃあサーモンいってください。
サーモン食べるよ。
いただきます。
いただきます。うまい。
うまい。まだうまいしか言えないのか。
いや、うまい。
ちょっともうちょいさ、レポーターになってくんないかな。
すぎだろ。
いやいやいや。そう、日本のサーモンとベトナムで取れたサーモンの違いをちょっと
ベトナムじゃ取れたやつなのかな。
知らない。
日本で一緒です。
Miss Fish.
this bowl was colorful and beautifully organized with a leaf on. There were an egg, shrimp, mackerel, salmon, tuna, white fish and whatnot. This soy sauce from the Kikkoman, which is one of the most popular soy sauce in Japan, maybe in the world. but this particularly this soy sauce is a bit sweeter than what I prefer. But each slice of fish, all of them are quite fresh, and I really like that. Yo, めっちゃうまそう。
美味しい。
超うまい。
食レポ見してくださいよ。
あ？
食レポ。
俺は無理だね。でも一日も家族がみんなを買ってきてくれるんだけど、その油の割合と白身の割合がもう本当に完璧。照り焼きソースの塩加減も最高。すごい美味しい。こんなのはベトナムで食べると思わなかった。ごちそうさまです。美味しかったです。What an amazing sushi restaurant! I really love it. Thank you so much. All right. How was it? I hope you enjoyed it. I want to give a big shout out to the all employees in Sushi 24. I sincerely appreciate their hospitality and kind services. I personally value the environment surrounded by you, like while having meal, more than the actual quality of the meal. Because no matter how delicious that is, like if their customer services or like atmosphere surrounded by you a piece of shit, then overall like the satisfaction would be, you know, very low, right? But anyway, tell me what you thought about it, and if you like the kind of videos or if you have any requests, I'd love to hear you guys, so please make sure to leave the comments, and I'd appreciate if you smash the like button as well. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I'll see you guys next one. Bye.